Hey guys, welcome to Steve's Farm Adventure. Just thought I'd show you a little brief moment with the chickens today. They got some water they're going after and just wanted to kind of check in on them today. Some are back there in the feed and others are up here testing out the water. We're down in this area. Steve is going to be back in a minute with the tractor, hook up to a spring harrow to tear up a piece of ground, loosen it up so that he can then get the tiller in it and get it ready for planting. So we'll be planting another section of garden in the next few days, and we want to go ahead and get that soil broken up, get the winter stuff that's just hanging out over there on top, get that broken out of it. And we had a pretty good rain last night, so it should go pretty well. It should be able to tear that ground up pretty good. I was talking to you another day about our chickens and us having a hawk that likes to roost right up here in one of these trees. We didn't see that hawk that day, but today I'm seeing that rascal. I don't know if you can pick him up on the video, but well, he's going on now. But he stays up there being hopeful that one day these chickens are going to be out of this pen that's totally enclosed where he can get to them, because we've already lost some to such a critter. So anyway, Steve's coming down with the old tractor to hook up to a spring harrow. We'll watch a minute of that, and then we'll probably cut to you seeing the ground being torn up and plowed with that spring harrow. So this is a spring harrow that he's backing up to, get ready to hook up to go down and tear up the piece of ground that we just looked at.
Right now I'm reaching in to hook up the right side of the 3-point, and it's adjustable. I'm turning the leveler valve, or the leveler screw. We had a turning plow on it that was it was raised way up, and so that was letting it down so it would match to go along with the spring harrow.
Well, one side on, so far so good.
Now I'm reaching in to start adjusting the turnbuckle so that it will go in far enough to hold the spring harrow good and tight. This one's got a manual chain turnbuckle with it, and you have to let it out a little bit so it'll slide up on the pin far enough. And after we do this, we'll be hooking our center link up to finish our 3-point, and then we'll be moving on.
There's the other side hooked up. And while he finishes that hookup, we'll go down and check the progress of the things we planted in the cold frame. So here's the cold frame we checked on a couple of days ago. And right in here is the plants coming up. Carrots here. That's what the little green is coming up right there. We also have sweet potatoes planted in here. We're hoping to get slips out of those to transplant into the garden. Those have only been in for about a week, so we are not really seeing anything with that as of yet. But right near that, the green that you're seeing is some assorted lettuce. So we're looking forward to having fresh salads out of our own garden instead of out of the grocery store. And here we have where we planted some plants last week also. These have been in for 1 week. And it's some yellow tomatoes and some green pepper. They've been sitting in the cold frame ever since. And I'm not really seeing anything breaking the surface yet. So we do have the cold frame open again today because it was fairly warm. It's not been as gusty today as it was yesterday, but for the most part he just went ahead and opened it fully, because yesterday when it was so gusty we had problems with it catching the lid and closing it, knocking out the props and closing it up. We didn't want it closed up. We also didn't want the lid broken. So but anyway, that's our progress. We do have the lettuce, sweet potatoes, carrots, and then we have the little cups of the tomatoes and green pepper planted here, hoping to transplant some of this into the garden, into the ground space. And then the lettuce, I think, is just going to grow here. And I'm not sure about the carrots. I think they're just going to grow here as well. Or we hope they're going to grow here. So that's the plan. Turn up the ground that we talked about. So yeah, he's coming into the frame now actually. Hello, Steve. There's a spring harrow on the back of the tractor so you can see more what it's like. So we're getting ready to put it in the ground here, just beyond the part that I talked about as having the hay on top of, and then it will just start just tearing up the ground and pulling out that dead grass and all that kind of thing, uprooting that vegetation that's in there, that's overwintered there. Can already smell that fresh dirt. It is a springtime kind of smell, aroma around here, just like when you start mowing your yard and you start getting that fresh cut grass smell. When you break open ground like that, you can smell that dirt. So you see what the harrow's doing. It's really good for getting those weeds and that dead grass and stuff kind of up by the roots, I guess. So now he's grabbed out some of that vegetation, that dead vegetation that was in there, and pulled it out over to the side where he's not going to plant.
Here we are, the last pool with the spring hair. We've got it somewhere between 6 and 9 inches deep. Got most of the weeds and the old dead grass out of it from over the winter, and got it ready for the rear tine tiller. So thanks for joining us. Please subscribe and have a great day, and God bless.